After a quiet word with not only Chuck Schumer, but Nancy Pelosi, has Biden finally decided that it's time to leave this 2024 race? Be right back. Welcome to Fortune Cookies Tarot. I'm Annabelle. I'm a tarot practitioner for over 35 years. And in this video, we're going to talk about Joe Biden maybe saying enough's enough. I'm getting out of the race. So we do know from the last few weeks that Joe's family has been integral in asking him to stay in the race. Specifically, Jill and Hunter have been telling him not to give up, that he can win. He can do it, Joe. But it seems that some of the big name Democrats are starting to have a quiet word. It looks like Nancy Pelosi and Chuck Schumer have gone over. Purportedly, Nancy Pelosi has told him that he can't win. In his interview the other day, he did say if someone said he couldn't beat Trump, he would consider dropping out. Are we there? Let's bring up the card view. But before that, please make sure that you like, share, and subscribe. My new academy is open. I have a Lenormand class that is up right now that you can entertain yourself with poolside, beachside. It's a quick, fast, and dirty class in a really cool card reading, fortune telling system. You're going to love it. Lenormand, I love it. I do it all the time. Also, you can still book your 20% off readings. We're coming to the end of the summer, so that pricing is going to change. So if you want to get your reading, book down below. Okay. There's links for everything down there, the link for the school and link to book your own readings. Thanks so much. Let's bring up the card view. So our first question is, let's ask about how that meeting with Pelosi. Well, let's start with Chuck. How did the meeting with Chuck go? What did Chuck have to say to him? Ace of Swords in reverse. It's time to get out. We can't wiggle out of the situation that we're in. Everyone thinks that he's incompetent. Everyone thinks that he's unable to run the country as it is. We need to say no. What is the solution that Chuck offers? Getting out now will maintain his legacy in the party. So he's trying that angle. Please, let's go this way and your legacy will be preserved. What does Chuck propose for the current term? He says he has a choice. He can either walk away or he can stay. But either way that he goes, it is going to be a hard decision and he needs to make it quickly. So if it is, I am dropping out of the race because I'm sick, it's got to be a decision for that. If it's I'm dropping out because I am not well in terms of decision making, then he's got to make a decision about that. What direction is Chuck pushing him in? To leave the race or leave the office? Is it leaving the race? Yes, absolutely. Chuck wants him to leave the race. Is it leaving the office? Yes, Chuck is requesting that he leave the office as well. What does Chuck propose that we do? Mea culpa. Admit that the party is not doing well. Things are going fast. They need to show warts and all here and bring somebody back in who's tried and true. So this would be an HRC, Michelle Obama, perhaps Kamala. I'm not sure if it's Kamala, but bringing back somebody tried and true, not trying to reinvent the wheel. I don't think that Gavin Newsom is a front runner for Chuck Schumer. I think more so he's leaning into a female as a main on the ticket. So that's kind of interesting. I think he's appealing to that. So let's see how the conversation with Nancy went. First of all, did Nancy tell him that he can't win? Did she drop that? She said it looks unlikely. It looks unlikely. She was kind about it. She wasn't she wasn't as tough as Chuck was. What does she propose? If you leave now, we can maintain that legacy. If you don't, it's going to be a nightmare. So, what does Nancy propose they do as a party? What is her plan as a party? We're not going to back down from our storyline with the opposition. We are going to, in fact, double down on that, and we're going to maintain how we feel about that. We may have a softer message, but we're still going to say that this is an existential threat to the democracy of America. They're going to unpartner with some of the wilder people in the party, some of the people that are calling for really, really radical change. So this would be like the Elon Omars, the AOCs, those kinds of people. They're going to kind of back off of. So it's interesting. I wonder if John Fetterman's going to fall into that, because John Fetterman has become more moderate in recent weeks, I want to say. So Nancy is saying we'll just stick with it. Does she want a man or a woman in place? Does she want a man? She wants a man on the ticket, but she wants a woman in the main spot. So everybody, it seems, Chuck and Nancy both want a woman on the main part of the ticket, which I think makes sense, because that's going to be very, very different from what is being presented on the Republican side with Trump and Vance. So how did Joe feel about all this? Now he's got his two bigwigs saying, this isn't going to work. This isn't going to work. How does Joe feel about this? Oh, he knows. He knows it's over. He's just trying to figure out how to get out of it. Harkening back, his career is over. This is, quite a sad moment for him. He's been a politician for 50 years. And we're telling the surgeon that he can't perform surgeries anymore because his hands shake. Politicians are known for their intelligence. That's what they do. They think on their feet. They move quickly. As the future goes, it looks like we're going to lose more and more of the cognitive ability, which is sad as well. This hermit in the past place, he had a lot of supporters. I feel those supporters are disappearing. This cognitive issue is something that I think he is starting to admit now. I think now that he's had two of his main colleagues talk to him about it, I think he is starting to admit. So I think the struggle is over. His struggle with deciding whether or not he is experiencing the faculty deficit that everyone has been talking about. He's starting to get more comfortable with admitting it, with saying, yes, there is some issue with the way that I am processing information. And I think he's going to make that decision fairly quickly. He will miss absolutely this life and this career. He's not ready to retire. He doesn't think that he should retire. But he's hearkening back to the heyday of his political height, if you will. And all of the things that he's done. But it is a very different world. Joe Biden comes from a very different political world. It's much more in alignment with the Kennedys, the 60s, 70s, 80s kind of mentality. In the 80s, we had Ronald Reagan in office. So there was a fight that was going on, but in the 60s, we had, Camelot. We had the loveliness of Camelot. So, and I really do think that that's Joe Biden's thing. So what happens? When do we get this announcement? When does the president, well, you know what we should ask? Is he going to resign? Is he going to resign altogether? I think he's going to resign altogether, guys. I think he's going to. another ending card. There's no more fighting him. I did my best. My constituents no longer support me. My career is over. This is a fallen leader. It's a fallen leader. So I do think that he is going to do this fairly shortly. Are we going to hear this announcement today? Let's do a little pendulum. It is Thursday, 10:51, July 18th. Will Joe Biden step down today? I have a maybe. Will he step down tomorrow? Yes. Yes. So this is pretty clear. Take a snapshot of that. So it looks like we're going to get an announcement tomorrow. How will the party react? They're going to try and use this as a point of unity. Is it going to work? I think there's going to be some infighting. I think there's going to be some scramble. Now, do they have a replacement in the wings? Yes, I think they're going to push Kamala to the front of the ticket. I think there's going to be, it's not a certainty though. I think they're going to push her to the front of the ticket and then possibly bring in a real heavy hitter for the VP, which will be an interesting positioning because lots of things can happen. So I think they will push her to the front of the ticket for now. That is the plan for now. Again, 10:52 on July 18th, Thursday, final day of the RNC. I don't think they'll make the announcement today because Trump will be able to talk about that in his speech tonight at the RNC. It will likely be tomorrow. So I'm saying that he is warm to stepping down. Things have sped up. Now, what does this do for Joe Biden as a person? Is this going to be the unraveling of him? We're using Hydesville Major Arcana only, dealing with the greater aspect of one's life. I hope you guys are having a great day. The Magician in reverse. He's losing all of his skills. The stars, very dreamy kind of aspect, and looking toward. He's looking for answers. I don't think his retirement will be long. I think that he is ready to kind of move on. And that's like within the 5 to 7 years or something like that. I think we're going to see him kind of moving on. He will go off into the distance once he does resign and take leave of this office. So, I think he's going to go off into the distance. We won't hear anything until he's, transitioned to another lifetime. I think that's kind of where this is going to go. He's going to disappear into the sunset. The reason for that is because they don't want to confront this Hierophant, which is, can be our legal circles, our processes of punishment. Let's put it that way. So, very interesting. So I'm thinking tomorrow we're going to see possibly an exit from the race and possibly from the office. I feel very much that if he exits from the race, it will be based on the COVID business. If he exits from the office altogether, it's going to be because of medical issues that are bigger. So they may have some other medical issue that comes up. So I hope you enjoyed this. Let me know if you have questions down below. I'm going to keep an eye on this for the next couple of days. We have nothing going on except for couple of rides here and there and going over to the driving school so I can sign my son up. Yay! So I hope you guys are having a great day. Please like, share, and subscribe. And remember, you can book a reading with me at the link down below, or you can join my school at the link down below. And I have a free tarot class, a free 3-day tarot class you can get on there. So you can go have some fun with that. Let me know what you think of it if you do sign up for it. And there's also a summer school Le Normand class that you can purchase. So I will have lots of other stuff on there as we get closer and closer to the fall and as we get into the holidays. So things are going to be happening. This is a new focus for me, getting my online academy up. I'm super excited about it. So I hope you all have a great day. I'll see you in the future.